What is going on, guys? It is Lolly216. This is my review of PES 2015. What you're about to watch is me playing as Manchester City against Manchester United on the hardest difficulty. So first of all, I'll jump into a new feature Konami have put in this year's game, which is the ability to control pitch conditions. So you can play on long grass, shorter grass, normal length grass, and the ability to water your pitch, play on a dry pitch or play on a normal pitch. Obviously, if you have it raining, you have no option but to play on a wet pitch. So what I like about this feature is how it's been implemented. It's been put in a nice, subtle, classy way, because I'm sure if this was an EA game and they had the ability to water your grass and cut it, make it longer, they would try to make the changes between playing on short grass and longer grass so drastically different that you don't even feel it's real. So I'm glad that Konami haven't tried going over the top with it and just made it a nice little subtle change, and something that you always keep in the back of your mind when you're actually preparing your team for these matches. So now we're going to move to the brain of the game. It's the screen you're looking at right now. It does more than what happens in the next 90 minutes. It actually saves the Master League mode. It actually makes this the game of the year to play. Well, definitely in the sports region, and it's probably why it has swept up all the sports awards this year. It has taken what Konami have been doing for years and it has took it up another level with a level of uniqueness because of this tactic screen. If you look in the top of my screen where it says when out of possession, and you should have seen where it says when in possession, what you can see here is the ability to have two different setups without even clicking a button in the game once you switch on fluid formations, that is, because that's how you get this option up. What you can do here is just unbelievably ridiculously good. You can have a total different play style for when you're on the ball to off the ball. So if you're thinking I want to be defensively cautious when I'm off the ball and you just want to go all gun at home when you get the ball, you can see that you can change formations, you can change player positions, you can change your strategy. So I didn't exactly show that in this video where you can go all out attack on the ball and then when you're off the ball you can go all out defense, because not every team actually likes to go all out defense just because they go all out attack. They like to have that high pressure. Some people don't. So that's what I like about this. It offers a level of uniqueness in your tactics, so how you transition from attack to defense and how you transition from defense to attack. The best thing about this tactical screen is the fact that it actually listens to what you want to do. So if it's not working for you, it's not because it's not listening, it's the fact that you'll probably have tactically got it wrong. So like I said before, I'm not saying that the Master League is a great mode itself, because it lacks a lot of depth. It's very basic. It's just not like very engrossing. You don't really feel like you're a manager of a club. You just feel like you're playing a different team every time you play. The fact that this tactical screen makes it such a task every time you play a different team, because the reason I found myself so good at PES 2013, PES 2014 was the fact that not every team played exactly the same, but I just knew how to win every single match because it felt almost the same. It felt like only I had a real factor in the game and how well I played. But now the fact that every team plays almost so differently, it makes you have to rethink every single match as you're going into it. And then if you haven't got it tactically right, you're going to be thinking, how do I get this right as I'm playing? And it makes every match so engrossing. It makes every match such a challenge. And that is why Master League is probably saved, because of that one screen. I might have been a bit harsh when I said it doesn't feel like you're managing a club, because when you're approaching players, it just doesn't feel great in the sense that the deal seems to be done really quickly, and you get these little smiley faces when you're going to basically get a deal done. So if you offer someone wages, before you even offer them the wages, you'll see like a smiley face if your agent thinks that he'll approve of the deal, and you'll see like a little angry face if you think, well, if he thinks that the player that you're going for won't like the wages, or the club doesn't like the transfer fee. So yeah, it doesn't feel exactly great because it feels like so much has already been done for you. You want to be engrossed in the fact that, how much do I have to pay for this player? And you want to get enticed into thinking, do I have to bid higher? Do I have to bid, well, not low, but you're thinking, how much higher do I have to bid? And that just isn't there at the moment. But to end it on a positive, they have brought back the ability to add a player plus cash when you're going for a transfer. And to be fair, it is probably one of the most playable Master Leagues, and even if you're a FIFA fan, probably one of the most playable career modes you'll have for a very long time. And that is because purely every team feels so different when you play against them. So now I'm going to move into the gameplay, and the fact that I'm not going to spend as much time as I have in previous reviews of PES 13 and PES 14 talking about the gameplay, that should tell you how much they've got right when it comes to gameplay. The goalkeepers, which have been such an Achilles heels for PES, have not only got better, but they've actually took it up a level. Now they have IDs, so now you see goalkeepers that are like sweeper keepers. Then you have goalkeepers which like to, come out for crosses and corners and catch the ball. You have others that elect to punch a lot of the time. Then you'll just have Manuel Neuer, who loves to do everything, and when he does it damn right as well. So my biggest fear for PES was the fact that the one player that we don't have control of was going to let us down again, and then fears have been blown right out of the water. So that's enough with the goalkeepers. Let's move on to the defending, and the defending in this game is well balanced, because when people talk about defending, it's not just about, can they put the challenge in, can they slide tackle well. It's about how well they're in tune with the attacks of the opposition and how well they are at tracking the midfielders, and obviously just moving as a team. It actually works so well that one of my friends beat me playing the Mourinho way, and I'm not saying that's something I like to do, but I like it being an option in the game, because not everyone's actually blessed at going forward in the game. So some people will choose to go defensively because they just have that pride of playing with defensive pride. Other players will think, look, I'm just not strong going forward, so now I have this option to go play defensively, and it's all in my control. I can't blame the goalkeepers for letting in daft goals, because they don't really do that anymore. And because they've added the ability to be able to play like that and win matches and do it consistently and not have to rely on luck, it's, I think they've done a really good job defensively in this game. So now I'll move into the attacking side of the game, and I'll start off with the passing. Bear in mind, I play on a 1-bar passing assist. It feels very sharp, very crisp, and intentional on where I want it to go. It goes exactly about 99% of the times it'll go where I want it to. The odd pass, I think, what the hell, I didn't pass it in that direction, or I didn't want that much power. But that's a rarity in this game, and that is on 1-bar passing assist. On 2 bars, you'll feel the difference when you go from 2 to 1. Same when you go from 3 to 2. So it does have a good level of support for newcomers, and then once you feel that you've nailed on the passing, you can go down a level, learn that level, then go down one more, and once you feel like you're at a comfortable level or you've mastered it, then you can stay on the one you feel you're best at. So passing, again, for me, I find it satisfactory. I like the variety in passing when it comes to players' technique. So a lot of players decide to use the outside of the foot. Some of them drill across into the box. Some of them chip it in. And that's all obviously contextual to what the player feels is the best at the time. So there's a lot of passing variety as well. So now I'll move on to the dribbling. And the dribbling, again, is very sharp. The one thing I don't like about the dribbling, and that's not the fact that, actually it's not about the dribbling, it's the pace of the game. I wanted it to be a tad quicker than what it is for the online sake. When I play this game on plus speed 1, it feels perfect to me. The speed of the game does feel it actually does feel perfect to me. So if the game was on plus speed 1 when I play online, I think that would be the best natural pace. It just feels sometimes the players move a bit too sluggish because of the speed of the game, but it's not actually because they are sluggish. I think they feel sluggish because the game isn't moving fast enough for me, but some people will like it at this tempo. So I don't really have any complaints with the dribbling, and I do like some of the tricks in there as well. They've added a few new tricks. I think I'm going to do a few trick tutorials coming up later on. So I'll move on to the shooting now, and the shooting, I think again is something which I've not really got a problem with. I think the goalkeepers are fine in tune with it. You get some real belters. There's a good level of error when it comes to shooting, heading, even passing. There's a good level of error to passing as well. So not every pass is going to be deadly accurate right into his feet. Some passes are going to be a stray, where the guy has to stretch for him or totally miss the ball altogether, and it's been played past behind him. And same with the shots. You get shots that aren't always whisking past the post anymore. You get shots that are landing about 7-8 yards wide. Same with the headers. You think, every header is going to be close to the target. Well, it's not like that anymore. Some headers can go, nice connection, but they will go high and wide. Some will be nicely connected but go wide. So, there's a good level of error in this game, which I really like. And yeah, the attacking side is very balanced in this game. I really can't fault the gameplay of this game. I'm trying to do that so I don't really sound biased, but I think I'm just going to have to end it there. And if I have to give this game a score out of 10, because that's exactly what I'm going to do now, when it comes to the presentation, because this is what I did for FIFA, I had to give FIFA really high marks for presentation. With PES, it's probably the opposite scale. They do use the Champions League license really well, but obviously, with their limitations, it does hold the score back when it comes to presentation. So my mark out of 10 for presentation would probably be around 7, because again, when it comes to presentation, the menus are pretty slick in this game, and the way you can navigate your way around the game is pretty slick as well. And the tactical screen is part of presentation as well, because how you receive that information is very useful. But obviously there's so much missing when it comes to license, commentary that I can at max only give the presentation a 7 out of 10. Now the gameplay out of 10, I'm not trying to sound biased, there is room for improvement. So for that reason, I'm going to give the gameplay, I don't know exactly where this room for improvement is. Well, I do, but it lies a lot deeper than one quick review. The gameplay for me will be 9.5 out of 10. I think, okay, alright, I'll drop it to 9.2 because I'm sure there's a bit of love there, giving it an extra, couple. So I'll give it a 9.2 for gameplay, and the overall product would probably, for me, because there still has to be a lot more when it comes to MyClub, I've got to see that, some of the game modes have to be improved vastly. So for me, the overall score on this game will be an 8.7 out of 10 because there's still a lot of room for improvement, but the gameplay for me is brilliant, and I can't fault it on that. So if you're in for a football game for gameplay, this is the game to get. And I will do a review on MyClub when the servers are up and running. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, remember to subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.